The first thing Pocahontas noticed was the shadow. It was drifting across the riverbank, but nothing was touching the ground. She narrowed her eyes, listening to the wind. Leaves whispered, water hummed, and then a voice cried out, "Excuse me! Can someone please grab my ankle before I float into destiny?" Pocahontas turned just in time to see a young prince bobbing gently in the air, hovering exactly 3 feet above the ground like a confused balloon. His arms were flailing, his royal cape fluttered uselessly. His crown was slightly crooked, as if even it had given up. At that exact moment, a canoe crashed dramatically into the shore. Moana jumped out, soaked, smiling, and full of energy. "I followed the ocean," she said proudly. "It led me here. Also, it pushed me." She stopped mid-sentence when she saw the floating prince. "Oh," Mona said slowly, "this is new." The prince sighed in relief. "Thank goodness, real people. With legs on the ground." Pocahontas stepped closer, calm and curious. "You're not standing," she observed. "I would love to," the prince snapped. "I haven't sat down in 6 months." Moana burst out laughing so hard she nearly fell back into the water. "You're just floating? Like all the time?" "Yes," he groaned. "I sleep floating, I eat floating. I waved to my kingdom during my coronation and drifted into a chandelier." Pocahontas touched the air beneath his boots. "Magic, solid, invisible," she said gently. The prince nodded dramatically. "I rejected a witch politely, but apparently not politely enough." She said, "May you always rise above your station." Laughed, and here we are. Moana circled him, fascinated. "So you're a prince who can't sit or kneel or crouch?" "I cannot even tie my shoes without emotional damage." The wind suddenly lifted him a little higher. "See, stop that," he yelled. Pocahontas raised her hands, calming the breeze. "Stay. Listen." They decided to travel together because apparently destiny loved chaos. Moana led the way, walking confidently. Pocahontas moved with the forest. And the prince floated behind them like an awkward thought no one could shake. Every problem showed up immediately. They reached a fallen log. Moana jumped over it. Pocahontas stepped around it. The prince floated into it face first. Why is it always logs? Later, they stopped to eat. Moana sat. Pocahontas sat. The prince hovered sadly above a rock. Moana handed him food upward. "This feels wrong," she said, "like feeding a giraffe." At night, they camped under clean, glowing starlight. Pocahontas slept peacefully. Moana slept with one eye open, just in case the ocean called again. The prince spun slowly in the air, wrapped in a blanket like a floating burrito. "I miss chairs," he whispered. The next day, they reached the water. The ocean sparkled. Waves bowed slightly to Moana. The prince screamed. No nitrogen monoxide water makes him drift higher. A wave splashed him and immediately lifted him another foot. "I'm ascending again." Mona grabbed his ankle. Pocahontas grabbed Moa and Nay. The ocean giggled and pulled back. "Sorry," Moana said sternly to the sate. "Not funny." They learned the curse reacted to emotions. When the prince panicked, he floated higher. When he got angry, he bobbed uncontrollably. When he felt proud, he drifted like a parade balloon. But when he laughed, he sank. "Just a little," Mona noticed first. "Wait," she said, "laugh again." The prince frowned. "That's not helpful advice." Moana made a silly face. Pocahontas mimicked his dramatic, complaining voice. The prince snorted. He dropped half an inch. All 3 froze. Oh, Pocahontas smiled. "Joy grounds you." So they tested it. Moana told embarrassing island stories. Pocahontas gently teased him about his royal posture. The prince laughed harder than he had in years. Slowly, steadily, his boots touched the ground. He gasped. I'm standing." He wobbled. Moan. I caught him. Pocahontas steadied him. He laughed again, and for the first time stayed fully grounded. That night, under heavenly clear light, the curse broke completely. The air shimmered. The invisible platform vanished. The forest sighed in relief. The prince sat Dot on the ground. On purpose, Dot, he cried. Moana clapped. Pocahontas smiled softly. What will you do now? Pocahontas asked. He stood, steady and grateful. I'll rule kinder, laugh more, and never insult witches' fashion choices again. Moana grinned. Good plan. The ocean waved goodbye, Dot. The wind whispered approval. And for once, everyone stayed exactly where they belonged. Feet on the ground, hearts lifted, and laughing all the way into a very happy ending.